Hello everyone and welcome back to another Let's Create A, and it's Litha. Summertime is officially upon us. I am roasting right now. Like, it's true what they say. In the UK, when we have heat, we really have heat. And it's not good. I am so hot and bothered right now. Ugh. Anyway, I'm going to speed this up. So, usual thing. Normal start. Gather up everything I have that remotely reminds me of the Sabbath. And then just improvise my way through it, as per usual. So I've gathered anything and everything. These gold things, I was like, I'm going to use you for sure. And then I've got lots of bits of paper, stickers. I've got some new glitter pens that I only just got hold of. No idea if they were good or not. They were alright. I got those flowers made out of fabric. They were so good. And a bit of ribbon as well. I actually went shopping for crafts this time because I didn't have anything that was summery and lovely. I did find this though, the best thing ever. I'll let myself explain. So, I found some things at a store, a local store that I've not even been to. And I went in there and oh my god, there was so much stuff. There was stationery all over the place, and then there was like a kids section with stationery everywhere, and then there was like arts and crafts, and there was so much stuff, and I couldn't believe my eyes, and I was like, why have I never been here before? Why? I'm holding this because this is the best thing I've ever found. You'll see in a second what I mean. You'll see. I've gathered all my stuff that I normally do for my Litha Book of Shadows page video, which I only have one day left to actually complete. That's not good. That's not good at all. I only have one day. To do my Litha Book of Shadows page. One day, I've left it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but as per usual, I've gathered stuff. I've gathered all of the bits and bobs that I thought would go well for this page. So obviously I've got stickers, got all my stickers, like there's a little sun guy down there, I might use him. And then I've got, I kind of liked this guy. I kind of like him, he's cute. Might use them. Might. I always improvise, so I don't know whether I'm going to use any of this. Stickers, bits of paper. I always have stickers and bits of paper. I've got all the correspondences and the symbolism going on. So we've got butterflies, got like sparkly holographic ones too. And then we've got sunflower references, because that's kind of cool. Got little postage stamps like last time. I have a random skeleton foot, because grounding, I thought it'd be kind of cool to have like a grounding thing with a foot. Butterflies. More butterflies, even more butterflies. I've got my usual faithful stickers, which are really cool. And I'm trying to think of yellows, orange, that vibe, and I haven't really got much in that department. I've got this with all my stickers on for keywords, and then I got like bits of paper that I think might go well. This might go well. I never know until I do it. I have these. Gold. I thought do a sun out of these maybe? No? I don't know. I found something better though. I found something superior to what I've just shown you. I need to show you it because it's the best thing ever. And I don't care if it's a spoiler. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to spoil it. So I found this, and it's a party decoration, and it came in a pack of 4, and it's supposed to be, it was just called Golden Party Decoration Thingamajig. Very cheap, and I was like, I'm going to bring it home and just see if it's a hit or miss. And then when I opened it, I was very happy, because imagine, you'll see the vision. Book, you have the book, and you have that in it, flat, and when you open it, ta-da! Ta-da! It's like a sun. It's like a sunflower, or like a sun. Oh, so that's what I look like, is it? Interesting. Surprise face reveal for you right there. Anyway, quickly moving on before I think about that too much. Fan of awesomeness. Absolutely, I hit the jackpot with that one. Little party decoration thing, and I brought it home, had no idea if it would be any good. It turned out to be the best thing I've ever done. Now, let's get into it, shall we? Now, I've said this before in my previous posts, my previous videos rather. My book is getting way too thick, to the point of it being almost unusable at this point. So, I've got a bit of a problem. This book was never supposed to be used in the way it's been used, but I've just kind of, it happened. I started, I can't stop. Like, I'm in it now. I'm trapped in this forever. I'm gonna officially name this particular Book of Shadows like the Sabbath Book of Shadows, because that's pretty much what it is now. It's all I do at the moment. When I run out of Sabbats, which I imagine is very soon, then we can actually do other things in the Book of Shadows, hopefully. If we even have any room left, that is. I'm gonna have to buy a whole new book, aren't I? I guess that's a good thing. An excuse to buy yet another book. So yes, here's me going through everything, trying to figure out where I'm going to put this. Again, I wanted it to be a double page spread, and I was just admiring everything I'd previously done before. And the further towards the back of the book you get, the more awkward it is to work in. I was looking at that end segment of pages, and I think I'm going to rip all of those out to make space. I think that's going to have to be the way forward. But I found the page that I wanted, and I was like, great, I'll use that. That's a cool area. But then I was like, look how thick it is though. How can I operate in this? I can't. And this was yesterday, by the way. I left it way too late to make all of this, and it was sweltering heat. It was so hot. I struggled through this because of how hot it was. I was just So the golden paper was an absolute yes for this. I thought about, like, the vision right at the start was, I like reflection, the word reflection. I don't know if reflection is like related to Litha or not, like exactly, but in my head there was just this word reflection, reflective, looking at what you've achieved in the year, and kind of, yeah, self-reflection. That was the vibe I was getting for whatever reason. And then obviously the sun, because this is the epitome of summertime. It is the summer solstice. It's like, this is the summer, the highest point of summer to celebrate. So obviously in my head it was all sunshine, golden, bling, glitter, you name it, all that good stuff. So I decided to stick these pieces of glitter, come on brain, work with me here, these pieces of gold foil card, I guess you'd call it, and it reminded me of the golden sunlight and also a mirror because it's very reflective. My face probably does show up. Brain. My face probably does show up in the gold because it's so reflective, so you'll see my warped, ugly little face appearing in it. Hence why I thought, screw it, I'm just going to do a random face reveal anyway. Right, so I very awkwardly did this. There was probably a much easier way to do this, but nah, I just did everything in the most complex, most difficult way possible. So I stuck these bits down, and then I just really awkwardly with my little scissors cut off the edge of each one to try and get it to somewhat fit the piece of paper. And I'm going to complain yet again every time I complain about the fact that this book was so not made for this, because all of the different bits of paper in the book are all different sizes and shapes. So I can't do anything like perfect, and I'm a perfectionist. So what is a girl to do in this situation? Like, I can't have anything that's straight and neat and nice. It's just the worst book ever for this. Like, I was going to use this book originally just to do, like, just write on it straight onto the page. And then, like, there was none of this collage and hanging things and textures and interactive stuff. None of that was supposed to ever happen. But it just has. And as you can see, I'm like trying to force these things down because they just don't stick on very well. Certain things just will not stick down, so I have to be forceful with these things sometimes. But there we go, that's the first little backdrop for the right page. Yeah, the right page. My brain nearly went again there. Now I had this bit of random scrap paper, and I thought, okay, it's not really the correct colour, it's more white, but I thought the texture was pretty cool. And obviously sunflowers, like massive sunflower energy for this one. Massive sunflower energy. And I thought the little bit of texture and the like fabric-y feel of it was just really cute. And I thought behind, having the gold behind it, like poking through the holes, it just gave it another layer of awesomeness. My windows are open, by the way, so if you can hear birds, or there was even a tractor outside not that long ago ploughing a field, like right next to my window. If you hear noise, it's because all my windows are wide open. And they're not normally. So yes, this bit of sunflower, little bit of I just happen to have it in all my scrap papers. I'm lucky like that, you know. There's always something that I can use. And now I'm awkwardly again trying to just cut around the edge because I didn't want to completely fill the page. I wanted quite a lot of the gold to come through. I didn't want to totally cover it up. So I cut it down a little bit, just so it had a nice little border around it. Get it the right way around, and there we are. Very nice. This was an awkward one to stick in because it's like a fabric but really thin and fine. So the glue stick thing was like pulling up loads of the paper with it, and I yet again, I think I've destroyed another one of those. I'm so glad that I bought about 500 of them for spare. But in it goes. Really flatten that down. Lovely. So yeah, I knew I wanted the right page to be kind of like a collage again. Sort of what I did last time for Beltane, like have like a collage page on the right and then have an information page on the left. That's typically how I do things. So now this sticker stuck out in my mind when I went through all of them, and this is where the reflection thing comes back into play. So it's a little vintage sticker where it's got like a little frame portrait thing with a really lovely summery landscape nature picture inside it, but then it's kind of like in a water ripple, like a little pool of water, and something about it, I was like, I loved it, and I was like, I really want to put that just center stage in the collage. So yes, perfect sticker for that. It always takes me forever to actually peel off these stickers. I'm so bad at doing that. But yes, in it goes, in it goes. And you know, like if you've seen the last video, and if you're a regular viewer of my channel, and if you are, thank you, I love you so much, can't even tell you. You'll know that I've been through a lot recently, and it's still all very fresh and raw, and you know, things are still not so great. And so I think that's why reflection was in my head so much this time, because I realized how much I'd actually gone through recently and how well I've done. If you don't mind me blowing my own trumpet for a second here, if I do say so myself, I think I've done a pretty decent job. Like my ME, my chronic illness, hasn't flared up as much as I expected it to either, so I'm like pretty proud of myself, and it's really made me reflect on a lot of things in my life. I've like decided to learn how to drive again using Pappy's car now that he's no longer obviously using it. So, you know, there's a lot of things I've been looking into recently that I know I need to change in my life, and I want to change. So that was very on theme with Litha as well, and kind of made sense. So yes, I've got some lovely flowers that I'm sticking in, all with the orange theme. And then these little fabric flowers that I found at that shop that I now adore, and I stuck those in, and they're so cool. I just love like the fabric. It's just like, it's so nice. And yeah, that's pretty much the collage there. Now this ribbon, I bought this especially for this page, and guess what? Spoiler alert, I don't use it. I wanted to use it, but I did not use it, I'm afraid. There was too much in the end. There was like too much stuff going on both sides, and I just thought it'd be overkill to use any more stuff. But that's fine, I can use it for something else later on. It's still a decent bit of ribbon, and I will use it at some point. It's always nice to have a bit of gold shiny ribbon. And then I have little hologram stickers that are little teeny weeny suns. So of course they had to go in, and I was like, they'd make kind of cool centers for those flowers there. So I added that in to give it even more sparkle. And I believe that's all I do for that side. I really went in like usual thing, no idea what I was going to do, and I just it just happened. And I don't know how I do this, it just happens. It's like I look at all the stuff and then in my head I'm like, I know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna use these, I'm gonna do that here, that here, that here, that here, and then it just works. So obviously this bit of card here is way too big and the pages are uneven, so I had to very fiddly try and create the right shape and cut it out correctly. And I was going to use this as the background for the information, and there's a little ladybird on there as well, which if you know, you know. Ladybirds are, you know, they might not be associated with Litha, but for me they definitely are now. And so I go ahead and I do something stupid and I stick it down instantly. Why? I don't know. Why did I do this? I didn't do the page and I stuck it down before I did anything on the page. I didn't do the writing, I didn't do the extra sticky things that I wanted to add onto it. I just stuck it down before doing anything on it. What an idiot. And I didn't even realise until I was like, oh, you can see in my hands. I'm like, what? I'm like, I was supposed to write. I'm supposed to write on this. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? It's fine, I ripped it out, it's fine. I salvaged it. It was actually a happy accident because I did not have this idea until after that happened. So I decided to do a double-sided thing with this because I really wanted to include this great bit of artwork of sunflowers. I really wanted to have that somewhere. And so that's when my new idea happened, to make a double-sided thing that I can then attach separately to the page, and then you'll see what I mean later. I give up on cutting things out at this point, and I'm just like, I'm gonna rip it because I like the way ripped paper looks anyway. The scrapbook vibes, I love it. And I can't be bothered to measure anything anymore. I'm just gonna rip it and hope for the best at this point. I was boiling at this point. Like I had a fan going, my windows were wide open, it did not help. Any activity in the heat and my body is like, no. Bad, no. Go to bed. So yes, I stuck this back on to create a double-sided bit of card. And I was like, yeah, I like this. I am now vibing with this. So now I get to work with the last remaining pieces. Obviously the fan, the main event. the sunflower or sun. I don't know, you decide. Is it a sunflower? Is it a sun? I don't know. Maybe it's both. So, of course I had to add my little title card thing. I always have to have the name of the Sabbaths big and clear and for everybody to see. So I got a cute little bit of scrap tag looking paper. Put it on the corner there. And then I had a holographic butterfly, because butterflies very, very popular this time of year. I'm trying not to say the word associated with or corresponding with. Take a drink every video where I say the word correspond or associated. Be a good drinking game, that one, wouldn't it? I had a little quote sticker that just so happened to say, "You're a sunflower. I think your love would be too much," or something like that. It's a tiny screen, I can't see. But it said sunflower, so I was like, yep, you're going in. And then I was just thinking it was a little bit lackluster, and I was like, it needs a bit more. But I definitely wanted to include my holographic butterfly. I do love my butterflies. And then I added a little extra butterfly sticker because I really liked the bright orange background it had on it. And then I thought, do I add more? Do I? And I was like, no, I'm going to leave it. I was thinking about the ribbon. I was thinking about it. It nearly had a appearance, but no. I did know that I wanted to decorate the front of the fan. I'm going to call it a fan. I don't know what the right word is, but you know what I mean when I say fan thing. I was going to decorate the front of it for sure. So then I very carefully write Litha in my curly whirly swirly handwriting, as per usual. Then I went over it in my black pen, as always. And yet again, I was like, it's not quite oomph enough. It needs more oomph. So I got out my more thick, painty black pen and went over it again. And then it's perfect. There you go. So now that's done, I need to do the actual information page. Now this was a weird choice, but I'll explain why. I got this skeleton foot diagram bit of scrap paper I had, and the reason for that was grounding is another word that I think of, and I've been trying to do a lot of grounding recently as well. I really need to try and get myself grounded in nature. Like I've really slacked off in that department of like getting back into nature. And so I wanted to represent that by adding the diagram of the foot. if that makes sense, yeah. That's why I added that, because I thought that's a cool way to represent grounding myself in nature. And then because we can't let anything go to waste, I got the extra bits of the sunflower that I was going to bin, but then I thought I would like to add more flowers at the bottom, so I put that all at the bottom there. Because I think the other flower's like a rose or something, and like it would have been fine as is, but I was very sunflower heavy this time, for sure. I really like the foot skeleton picture. I've got like a little set of like, what do you call them, like vintage skeleton diagram, and I've got like all sorts of different parts of the body and things like that, and Litha is kind of, you know, that like root chakra and that grounding energy, so I thought it worked pretty well. I had a couple of stamps to work with. I do like my stamps now. I always had a stamp, and I thought, yeah, butterflies, why not? Even more butterfly. butterflies, like the key word for those, it's got to be transformation, right? Like that's the only thing I think of with butterflies, just transformation. And I really feel like in a way I feel like I'm going through a big transformation at the moment. I feel a very obvious shift in my energy at the moment. It's kind of weird. It's like I've had more energy than normal, and I've taken full advantage of that. And I've just been kind of doing a few things that I wouldn't normally do, because I'd normally be scared to do them in case I have a giant ME flare up afterwards. But I've been taking a few more chances, you could say, a bit more of a leap of faith kind of deal, and kind of trusting my body a bit more. So transformation is definitely a thing. Now I put it on the screen this time because I can normally not see what I'm writing, or I forget what I wrote. So I looked on Pinterest, that's like my go-to for inspiration or quotes or anything like that, and I was going to type in like Litha definition just so I could get the exact like what it's about. But then before I even did that, this appeared like on my feed. I don't know why. I don't even know who it's by. If anybody knows who made this little poem thing, let me know, because it's great. So it says, everything is connected. I make of myself a seed sunk deep in fertile soil. And it kind of continues to say that time is precious, use it wisely. The most valuable thing in life is your time and the way you use it. And it's kind of got that grounding energy. And it even mentions a mirror. It even mentions mirrors, which I didn't actually, like, I didn't even realise that I'd put the word mirror in, and I'd also put a mirror in the collage at the same time. So that ended up working very well. It went by a bit fast. You can pause and read it if you want to. But look at that, look at it. Look at it, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So yeah, the reason I decided not to stick in this page and have it loosey-goosey was because I wanted that full effect of the fan. I didn't want to have it open just halfway like I originally thought I would have it. I wanted it to be able to open all the way, because we want that iconicness, don't we? So I wanted to design a little bit on the front just to give it a bit of something else, because I didn't like the just random white strip it had on it. So I got some more scrap paper out that just had a nice little vintagey pattern on it, slight hint of yellow and orange again. Oh, I wrote subscribe. That's cheeky. Again, I didn't even see that. I wrote subscribe in the glitter pen because I was testing them out to see if they were any good or not. And then I just left it up there. Cheeky little promo up there. So yes, I'm just making sure it all fits. I did think about making it into a tag, because that's kind of become traditional now with all the Sabbath pages, but in the end I decided no, I'm going to stick it down into the actual page itself so that you can kind of open it up and it's interactive. So there goes the bit of paper. Instantly nicer. Instantly looks way better. And then I just happen to have a very convenient sticker that was a nice orangey colour, and I think it says Finding Wonder. Not Finding Nemo, Finding Wonder. And it just fits perfectly there. And it's it's kind of perfect. It's like finding wonder, and then you open it and it's just like, woo, fan. Now I'm just trying to position it, make sure that it's okay. And it came with its own little sticky thing on the back. Super sticky. So it was going nowhere, but I was cautious, and I added a bit more sticky. And then I think my finger got I think my finger got stuck to it at one point, and I was like, oh, there it is, yeah. That was it there. I was like, I'm stuck, help, and then I was fine. In it goes. Pat it down, make sure it's in, and then there we are. Whee! Whee! I can't tell you how much dopamine that gives me. The dopamine hit when you open that. Best ever. Oh, look at it. Oh, the joy that gives me. So you can open it all the way over the page and it becomes the giant sunflower / sun. Ah. Is it overkill? Yes. Do I care? No. Absolutely not. If you heard a Facebook Messenger pling right now, it's because that's me, not you. That's me. Ignore it. That's me, not you. But yes, I was very proud of that. Very happy with it. And then I decided to use the glitter pen to add to the sunflowers and give them a little bit of sparkle. And it doesn't translate on camera, but it actually is very sparkly in real life. Like when you put it in certain light, it really glitters. It's nice. It's nice. It was a good find, those pens. I might use them again. So I just gave the sunflowers a bit more definition and a bit of sparkle just to complement and finish that page off nicely. The temptation to add more was strong, but I held back. Because it's perfect as it is. I just went to go get an ice cream. The power of editing. Yeah, there was an offer for an ice cream and I was like, yeah, yes please. So I went to go have an ice cream and I'm back now to continue this. Right, so now I'm thinking I don't want this page to be actually in, as in stuck down or anything weird like that. So I just decided to get some little teeny weeny paper clips, a cute little love heart bronze ones, and just put a couple of clips, one at the top, one at the bottom, just to keep it in place. And then you can leave it in or take it out whenever you want. And you can turn it into a full fan, which I did do actually. I used it to actually fan myself because it was that hot and I was like, oh, it actually works as a fan in the middle of summer. So you can multitask. And I think that is actually it. That is the best part. That is just the best part. Like, I made the whole thing just for that. It's worth it just for that alone. But yes, I was getting particularly hot and bothered. My 𝒹𝒹 was not happy. It was flaring up a bit because of the heat. So I was like, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to say that's a wrap, and I think that is a great page. I decided to leave the string in case I wanted to make like a little dangly charm or something like that in the future. Maybe. That's me deciding whether to keep it in. I'm like, should I, shouldn't I? I don't know. I'll just leave it. And the two pages do work really well together. It's kind of like when you look at it, you just know what it's trying to tell you without even needing the info. Obviously, I couldn't stop like opening that fan. I was obsessed with that. Still am. So now I think I'm going to pose for thumbnails, as I normally do. It looks like I am, yes. Oh yeah, get the fan out. There we go. Nice. I love it. Oh, it's so over the top. It's so over the top. But I love it. It screams summertime. It's like you can't get any more in your face at all. Yes, super happy about how this page turned out. I adore the little collage on the right hand side. That page is super cute. I love how that turned out. All of it, actually. All of it. I'd say success yet again. Now, while I'm posing a little bit, I just need to do a teeny little announcement, promotion, whatever you want to call it. I've started a Patreon. If you're still here listening to this, hi, love you. I've started a Patreon. I'll link it in the description. And it's free, don't panic, it's free. I'm not doing paid stuff, maybe in the future, but not right now. It's all free. It's a free for all over there. And it's going to serve hopefully as, I'm going to use it as a witchy blog and like a lifestyle blog. And then I'm also going to do updates for the channel on there, because the community tab on YouTube, I just don't like. I don't like it. I much prefer Patreon. It's a much cooler place to have all of that. So go and become a member if you're interested in my witchy ramblings. I might do little posts to go alongside my videos too, where I can talk more in depth about Litha and all the different pages that I make. Look how thick that book is. It won't even close anymore. What am I going to do? But anyway, that's it. That's it. A shorter video than normal, which is probably for the best. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye now.